Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, sir. Hi, can you hear me?
Can you hear my voice?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Unfortunately, I'm not hearing your voice. So let me check on my side. Yeah, voice is too down. So hello, can you say hello?
Sir, can you hear me?
Walaikum salam. Yes, I can hear you now. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. I would want you to speak a bit louder because probably there is some issue with the speaker of my laptop.
All right, all right. So I'm Ayesha, and I'm interviewing you for an internship project that I'm doing. I would like you to tell me a little about yourself, please.
My name is Sher Afzal Khan. I did my law way back in the year 1992. Then I became a judge. I joined judiciary after passing commission exam, and then I served in judiciary for around 17 years. Served judiciary for 17 years, and then I quit the job in the year 2009. And afterwards, I did it to UK. I did my bar and I did my LLM from Cardiff. And then I came back to Pakistan, started my own law firm. And now I'm in the Advocate Supreme Court of Pakistan, dealing with all sorts of cases except taxation. I deal with criminal, civil, matrimonial, constitutional, administrative, partition, preemption, mortgage, every kind of cases. So this is a precise introduction.
That's very, very nice, sir. That's such an inspiration. I'll just have a couple questions for you. It's just going to take a few minutes. So I'm going to start off with the first question. What is your most important learning in life?
Most important learning in life is that we are to maintain balance in our relationship with everyone, particularly with our relatives. We should be having a very balanced approach. It should not be over extra caring. Like if you proceed with extra care for someone, then he or she is accustomed to that extra care. And at the end of the day, in fact, he or she becomes a parasite for you. By most it's and forms or and we need to be balanced. Neither we should be hyper ignorant or hyper ignorant or hyper, say, arrogant to be, but we should not be. At the end of the day, do for her or him, it is turns out to be of a failure. So I believe that one needs to in the interest of both you and the other. That's my learning.
Right.
You got it?
Right. So you're suggesting that in life we should be balanced with our relationships and not be too frank with people or too caring so that they might take advantage of us. Instead, we should maintain a balance in how we treat them.
I'm telling you, we need to be balanced. Like if you are taking extra care, like you are doing everything for others, so you are not helping him, rather you are making him a dependent forever.
Right.
So, in fact, it is a wrong I am doing to the other side as well, apart from to myself. So you're right, you got it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, and as per your experience, what is something that you'd wish to see in the Pakistani or the Indian judiciary, like in the subcontinent?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. What is something that you would wish to see in the Pakistani or Indian judiciary, like what you think is lacking in the subcontinental judiciary?
Yeah. Well, uh, in my view, Indian judiciary is far better
Okay,
than Pakistan's judiciary.
right,
It
right,
is, in fact, an institution within the real term of institution. In
right,
Pakistan, we do not have institutionalized paraphernalia, institutionalized system of elevation of judges
right.
to the bench. It always depends on the likings, whims, aspirations, and choices of the sitting judges. So whosoever he or she likes, he or she is elevated. That there is no merit, there is no yardstick, institutionalized yardstick for becoming a judge. So the result is that we are in fact elevating incompetent people, incapable people to the superior judiciary
Mhm.
and untrained people. So we have seen that over the past 70 years, Pakistan judiciary has suffered due to incapability, incapacity, and of course, owing to the and political and constitutional issues that have cropped up time and again in Pakistan, the judiciary has become a kind of a stooge in the hands of the powerful. So we, the people of the legal fraternity, do not have much expectation from this judiciary. We want to see a judiciary which is independent, which is which can deliver. The present judiciary, like they are more focused on asserting their own individual authority instead of addressing the problems, instead of addressing the issues related to the realm of justice, to the justice sector. You would see the superior courts pretty often involving themselves in political disputes. And such disputes are preferred, are prior, they are the priority of the superior judges. So the result is always the courts are flooded with political disputes. And then they poke their nose in every affair. Like you would have heard, once a chief justice took a notice of a TV actress, Atika Urdu, who was carrying a liquor bottle. And the chief justice of Pakistan took a suo motu notice. So whether the chief justice is supposed to look into such tiny and petty issues, and nobody questioned him. Another chief justice came, he said, I'm building a dam. And then he asked the nation to donate for his dam. So
Right.
what the chief justice has got with the dam? And then there was Iftikhar Chaudhry, a very notorious chief justice of Pakistan, who is in fact the architect of the initiation of Pakistan. This man, in fact, has done a lot of damage, not only to the judiciary, but to all stakeholders associated with the institution of judiciary. So what I want to see is that a mechanism, a new mechanism, an overhauled mechanism through which we can commission the judges in a competitive process. They are their capabilities are examined, their intent, their inclination, their aptitude, their qualification, their background, all is checked. And then after completing and after fulfilling the requisite degrees, knowledge, education, qualification, and experience, such people should be elevated on merit through a competitive examination. If that is done, I believe we will have a very good lot. We are lacking capable, competent judges, and we are making independent judiciary ever since the Pakistan was founded.
Right, and we would also be promoting unbiasedness.
Well, the bias is secondary thing. In fact, we need good judges in terms of courage, in terms of capability, in terms of merit. So obviously, if he is not independent, he is subservient to the whims of the powerful. The bias merges into the act of being a stooge of somebody.
Correct, correct. That is very correct, sir. Thank you so much for that. It brings us to our very last question of the interview. What message would you like to convey to the next generation?
You mean Pakistani generation or the entire generation?
Overall, the next generation.
Well, my message is that the lifespan is too short.
Repeat that again, please.
Lifespan is too short. Life cycle is too short.
Mhm.
One would be wrong in his or her teens to believe that the long life. In fact, it appears as it was when I was of your age. I was an apprentice or I was a student. But I don't remember how so many years passed with such a high speed, with such a high alacrity. So the message is that time is the most precious thing.
Mhm.
And the new generation, the next generation is becoming more mechanical.
Correct.
It is becoming more digital
Right.
than real. Anyhow, it may be the need of the time to be digital and to be cyber,
Mhm.
but I believe that a mechanical human being is not the intent of the God
Right.
for which he created the mankind.
Right, sir.
We need to be genuine, we need to be original. And the new generation needs to understand that this short span of life is meant for doing something remarkable. And it can only be done when somebody realizes that the time he is wasting on doing some stuff on net or watching excessively movies and dramas, instead of consulting books, instead of hearing to the sagas and wise people. So it is not that internet or digital knowledge is enough.
Mhm.
We still need to learn from the real life experiences. So the new generation needs not to become more mechanical. It has already become so mechanical. It needs not to be more mechanical. It needs not to be more dependent on digital and cyber life.
Right.
In fact, we need to spare some time for ourselves. And they need to spare the time for themselves. So it is like, in life, it is not the money which is ultimate end of your life.
Mhm.
It's not mundane prosperity. The new generation needs to know how to spend a happy life, not a rich life.
Right.
And if somebody can understand the art of how to spend a pleasant life, a happy life, It is far, far important than a rich life. Thank
Right.
you.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. I'm sure we're all going to be benefiting from this interview. I'm going to be sharing it with my friends. It was great to have you on board. And thank you for your time.
Yeah, here is my son. You see?
Hello. I hope you become like your father one day.
Probably he is since not digital as yet. So he is a real human. His brother and sister, they both hardly find time for me. Uh,
Oh.
they are new
I hope he
generation.
finds time for you.
Yeah, but he has a lot of time for me, at least I hope for next 3, 4 years. And I don't know what will be with me after 4 years, because this time, this technology is now taking kids from their parents.
That's so true. That is so true. I agree with you.
Give time to your parents excessively. They will
Mhm.
never come back once they are gone. My parents are gone. Nothing can bring them back. So, okay. So you decided, I'm advising you to take care of your parents. Give them time, the only thing they want. Huh?
Right.
And they are so precious. They are not everlasting.
That's true. I'm gonna add that to the message that you would want to give to the next generation for children to be able to give time to their parents as well.
The most, precious assets of the kids are their parents. If if they can give you.
Mhm.
But I'm a father. I became father some 21 years back of my eldest daughter. What is your age?
I'm
What
20,
is your age? 20.
22.
Yeah, she is 1 year younger to you,
Mhm.
and she is doing her studies in England. And
Okay.
believe me, uh, few weeks back, I blocked her on
Mhm.
WhatsApp.
Mhm.
And do you know why?
Why?
I blocked her because neither she would take my call nor she would call me back pretty often. So I happened to be, hurt, and
Yeah.
I repeatedly asked her to at least return the call. So these days, the kids are not realizing that parents are minding if you ignore them. Huh?
Right.
You
Right.
know, when they are kids, and even when they are adult,
Mhm.
still, for a parent, for a father, they are everything.
That's true.
But they in return needs some care, some attention. So the new generation needs to value their parents. Don't lose your parents before they are gone. Got it?
Right, sir. Thank you so much for that. That was a
You're
very deep
welcome.
message.
May
Thank
you
you.
have a good life, and I wish you that you succeed.
Thank you,
May
sir.
Allah be kind to you. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.